I thought it was good.
And the kid?
You got eyes on this? Can you confirm?
Negative. Your call.
They fry you if you're wrong.
We could do a quick American Sniper one.
Alright, quick. It's about a sniper who goes to war 4 times.
It's about a real man.
And yeah, it's based on the true story.
Chris Kyle, deadliest sniper in American history.
Well,
He's got.
What? That's how they put it, I don't really...
Well, he's got apparently.
What does that mean? He's not the deadliest soldier, it's the deadliest sniper.
Most sniper kills, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway.
But then he gets they count kills that aren't sniper kills as well.
Probably. I suppose his designation is a sniper. That's his job.
Yeah.
And he's got 160 kills under that designation, whether he was sniping or soldiering.
Or throwing a grenade or
whatever. Yeah, sure. Okay. So it might be with that. I don't know. It doesn't matter because it doesn't really come into the film all that much.
No, it doesn't matter.
I thought it was good.
Oh man.
That's what I'm waiting.
What were you saying?
I really liked it basically. It was.
It came out of like nowhere in some respects, in that I was ready to just be like, oh, this is gonna be shit.
I was a bit like Whiplash in that I wasn't expecting to like it as much as I did. It's not the best film ever. It's a good war film.
Okay war film, I think.
Well, it's not. That's not the focus of it.
And that's not the point.
And so it's not about him fighting in a war. It's kind of about him, his character, his family life, and yeah, it's the side of almost the psychological side and the toll it takes.
Yeah.
And again, it's not like a documentary. It doesn't really go into sort of
how he got all the kills or.
Well, it doesn't. It doesn't even particularly go into his struggle with. PTSD.
No, it shows that he had
it. Hints at it, or sort of alludes to the fact that he has this sort of.
That he was recovering.
Yeah, this horrible thing, and he does get over it.
Yeah.
It's a biopic. Is that right?
I suppose so.
I guess in a broad sense.
Yeah. Oh. That was violent. I wasn't even expecting it. Yeah, it was really good. Like Bradley Cooper's acting, actually.
Yeah.
You were kind of saying before, and I agree, which was like before it was kind of always just Bradley Cooper.
In any other film he's been
in,
he's very much just Bradley Cooper. He's the same person, same character.
Which it's got its moments in, Hangover. I was going to say Hungover. The Hungover.
Hungover games. Yeah, he's
he's
been very much one tone basically. Whereas this, I quickly forgot that it was Bradley Cooper, and I think that's a really good thing. And it's such a nice change to see him acting, basically, and not just being this kind of like fun guy who's like a party.
Yeah, a bit silly or kooky or whatever you want.
Yeah, like
whatever you want to apply.
Yeah, it's nice to see something different.
Something a bit more
mature.
Depth.
Yeah. I don't think it was particularly controversial, personally. It depends how you view it, and it depends how you go in, the kind of mindset.
Yeah, I didn't see any. There wasn't a lot of like, oh, America is like the best country in the world, or this is a righteous war or anything.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like they were portrayed like either side was portrayed particularly like as the bad guys, or
it kind of just stated facts about America going in.
Like
they fuck shit up, and there are horrible people there, but there's also people that are just trying to survive.
Yeah.
And it's kind of
And in some respects, he's a horrible person as well. You know, it's like.
Well, he there are points where
That's what
he
he's
tries
battling
to he tries to justify what he's doing by saying, "I'm doing it for this reason, and I believe in this." But ultimately, he is just going there and killing lots of people.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you see someone who isn't necessarily a bad person, and you can probably apply that to the other side, like because there is like he does have a like an opposite to him, like on the other side, who this other person who's meant to be.
It's like the Olympic champion of
of Syria or something.
Shooting, yeah.
He's like an incredible sniper as well.
Yeah.
And you kind of get the feeling that okay, well maybe it's a similar dynamic to an extent, but it doesn't go into that particularly. And I suppose you can draw that out if you want.
Yeah.
Or you can go into the film thinking it's like a propaganda.
Yeah.
film.
The ending was probably like. You know, if someone was like slightly annoyed about it being America versus whatever, the ending I think maybe would be the kind of breaking point for those people.
It'd highlight what they already were annoyed about.
For them, it would justify being annoyed about it, because ultimately you see like droves of people like celebrating this guy with their national flags and.
Well, again, that is.
But that's literally
that is literally what happened.
You can't really escape that. That is how it went down.
And
right?
and maybe it's highlighting a broader sort of issue then in the
maybe. But
I don't know, the public in America, their attitude towards the war and their soldiers. As opposed to the film itself.
Yeah, I'm happy like for the film to do that because it's like factual.
Yeah.
In that bit, you know, that was literally footage taken from the real, whatever you want to call it, memorial.
Or the funeral. Yeah, sure. At the end of the day, I was entertained for sort of the 2 hours it was on.
Yeah, I mean the thing that got me, the only distracting points were the CG.
That was really bad, actually. I've forgotten about that. It's really bad.
It was. I mean, we saw it in IMAX and we were sitting really close, but it shouldn't stand out that much even then.
In a film with a budget that big, there's no way that should happen. Just use fucking blood packs.
And a real baby.
And
I didn't really care about that, but you pointed out and then it freaked me out after that. So
that doesn't bother me as much as the blood, because it focused much more.
Yeah. And then the kind of weird like computer game bits where you're like
where it'd pan across the city of like Basra or
poorly textured PS1 models.
It was awful. Like that was really. It didn't focus on them, and it was fine because it was over quite quickly, and we saw it in IMAX. But again, I kind of just don't want it there.
It's just a point where you're like, they could have done that better.
But these are little negatives, really. At the end of the day.
And the other thing that you didn't notice that I noticed all the time, which was the
over.
Which obviously comes into play at the end when they're like hitting in the
to emphasise a point.
Yeah, but it kept doing that. And I was like, what the fuck is this sound? Why do we need this? They were the only 2 points I think that I was like, about.
But ultimately, that wouldn't stop me seeing it again.
No,
and I'd recommend it. Basically, I'd say it's worth seeing, either at the cinema or I don't know, Netflix or Blu-ray, DVD.
Yeah, it's a bit of an anything. It's not a. Partly probably because of the CG. I'm a bit like, well, watch it wherever then.
Well, yeah, like it's good to watch it in the cinema because of the moments where you're with Bradley Cooper, especially when he's on his own and he's behind the scope. You're kind of like in that intimate moment.
Yeah.
It's good for that, going to cinema, but ultimately it's more about the story.
Yeah. And the character.
And I would say watch it.
Yeah.
Done. Oh my god.